a goat at the end of the movie. But yeah, other than all that violence, they had no violence. So it's all good. Also, someone puts someone in their mouth, they fight together, is completely okay. Someone puts someone in their mouth, they fight together, is completely okay. That is completely okay. But all in all, I think the movie studio liked my video. And they had a really cool way of showing their appreciation. They copyright claimed my video, and then when I disputed it, saying that it was fair use, they doubled down, putting my channel at risk of a copyright strike. So it's the little things. But anyway, since Ghost Story was such a huge success, you know, it made over negative $500,000, they decided to make a sequel. And the sequel is called Goat Story with Cheese. Because you know how cheeseburgers are just the sequel to hamburgers. Cheeseburgers for the longest time were just called Hamburger 2, but Burger with Cheese made more sense. Dude, I wish all movies named their sequels like they were hamburgers. John Wick, extra pickles, fried green tomatoes, no tomatoes, Good Burger. Good Burger. Okay, one more tiny thing to say before we start. Ghost Story and Ghost Story with Cheese are both on YouTube for free. You can watch them. My videos are in no way a replacement for these videos. I'm just commenting on it, making jokes about it. So yeah, go watch the movie, support the studio, because they're great. They're so nice and handsome. Wow, AAA Studios, you have such big muscles too. You're so nice and handsome. You wouldn't copyright claim little old me, would you? Enough chit-chatting, let's talk about Goat Story 2. With cheese. So the movie starts in this big throne room where we meet one of the main characters in this movie, the Cheese King. I don't know if that's his actual name. I think he's just the king, but he's a king obsessed with cheese. But hey, so am I. Excuse me, king. You dropped this. So the Cheese King is in his throne room. He's getting fed by his resident cheesemaker. And I'm just gonna come right out and say it. These guys are weirdos.
Indeed, indeed. That's the finest tongue I've ever seen, Your Highness. It is so nimble, so sharp, and witty.
All right, off to a great start. So yeah, I guess he likes the cheese so much that he wants his servant to massage his tongue. I'd like to think that the writer of this movie thinks this is a completely normal thing that everybody likes. Like, what kind of restaurants does the writer of this film go to, you know? Hi. Are you tired of eating food the old-fashioned way? You put it in your mouth, you chew it, you swallow it, you leave? I sure was. That's not a healthy way to live your life. That's why I opened Buddy's Tongue Rubber. Yeah. Finally, you can have an elegant meal while a trained professional strokes that pink mouthworm of yours after every succulent bite. Our tongue rubbers are prohibited from washing their hands, so you'll taste every single salty nook and cranny our rubbers have to offer. So stop eating like a caveman and give those buds a rub-a-dub-dub. Come on down to Tongue Rubbers. Tell them Buddy sent you.
Open wide, let us stroke your tongue, buddies.
All right, paid a guy on Fiverr $50 for that jingle at the end. Was it worth it? But yeah, that's the relationship between the king and the cheesemaker. The king loves cheese and the servant brings him cheese from all over the world. But they actually ran out of money to pay for the cheese. So they're starting to just trade all of the king's belongings now, I guess.
We'll, trade the chandelier. My one and only one disease.
Oh yeah, this is a musical. I forgot to say that off the top. I'm actually okay with that. I feel like the first movie would have been way better if it was a musical. We got to hang this goat. But all right, now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for, dude. Just down the hill from the big cheese castle, there's a little hut. A little house, a little cottage, if you will. And they make goat cheese there. And what do you need to make goat cheese? Hard work and dedication, but also goats! Goat's back! Except goat sounds way different in this movie. The goat in the first movie sounded like a mature woman. But in the sequel, she sounds like a poker player who sells newspapers. It's a big change. I'm pretty sure they used all different voice actors for the sequel because Jemmy sounds different, Katie sounds different, but the goat voice actor change is the most jarring one for sure.
She's my best friend.
This will be the best goat cheese the world has ever known.
Okay, that one's fine.
You two are hilarious.
You always make cheese.
All right, I'm okay with that.
It's just like a village, except bigger.
I hope you cut your fingernails, not like the last time.
What the fuck happened? That's like if in like the Chamber of Secrets came out, and then Hermione was just like,
Oi, Rob, stay out of the Chamber of Secrets, yeah? I'll fuck you up, mate.
but yeah, Jemmy, Katie, and Goat, they now live in this little house with their 2 kids, Susie and Johnny, and they make a living by selling goat cheese, obviously, which is actually kind of fucked up now that I think about it. Like, they were nothing but mean to Goat in the first movie, and Goat literally like sacrificed her life to make sure Jemmy, the man that she loves, ends up with Katie. And now they're just profiting off of her boob milk. Hashtag Jemmy and Katie are over party. Let's get it trending. Sorry, I had to do it to them. I had to cancel them real quick. So Goat makes this fresh batch of stinky cheese, and later that night, that smell from the goat cheese makes its way into the king's room, and it does that classic cartoon thing where it like, you know, it turns into a hand and is like, come on, I'm a stinky little smell.
Making it stinky.
So yeah, the scent hand actually goes under the king's blankets and... Kidding? Holy shit, that's insane. If the scent of goat cheese jerked the king off, whoa. Honestly, wouldn't put it past them though. I feel like that's a thing they could put into this movie. But anyways, the king follows the scent all the way to the goat cheese and eats the whole wheel. Dude probably hasn't crapped in years, holy shit. If you're only eating cheese, if you were to cry, they'd be brown because there's just shit all the way up to his fucking head. Yeah, the next morning the king is talking to his servant guy and is like, dude, that goat cheese last night was fucking sick.
Well, I haven't eaten such good goat cheese in ages.
So he goes down to Jemmy and Katie's house to get more goat cheese.
Unfortunately, we couldn't find a single whole block of cheese.
We must have been robbed last night.
Oh, that settles that.
Literally the most chill reaction to being robbed. Yeah, we must have been robbed last night. Pesky little robbers. Just another robbery. Feel like I'd be pretty cheesed if somebody robbed me. Okay, also really quick, I want to point out that like the animation in this movie doesn't look as detailed as the first one. Like in the first movie, I feel like I could smell Jemmy. That's how detailed it was. I don't know, this one it just looks like the textures are like a little too smooth or something. I say this like I fucking know anything about animation and that I could do any better. Yeah, the textures are too smooth. Fuck you, man. But I'm actually fine with it though, because this is actually like a little easier to look at.
One more.
But anyways, later that night, everybody's sleeping peacefully when the devil breaks into their house and kidnaps Jemmy and Katie. Things took a dark turn pretty quick. And we don't see Katie's reaction to this kidnapping, but if it's anything like the robbery, I feel like she's cool with it.
We must have been robbed last night.
So the next morning, Susie and Johnny realize their parents are gone. And when their neighbor, who also has huge boobs, comes to the house to get cheese, she explains to them that the devil has kidnapped their parents. I don't know how she knew that right away. That is very suspicious. But let's see why she thinks the devil kidnapped them.
Why would the devil have our parents?
They are cheese makers. Lucifer is very particular about his cheese.
Huh? So that's why hell is so bad. Huh. Our boy Lucifer, Lucy, is so particular about his cheese. He's a big bad cheese monster. He's a monster.
Monster moment. Monster cheese is a strong-smelling soft cheese with a subtle taste.
So the neighbor goes on to explain that their parents are in hell and they have 3 days to save them.
You have only 3 days to get out of hell.
And if they don't, this is gonna happen.
Then the devil cleans out your ears with cotton swabs and uses you as a basis for noodle soup.
Base for noodle soup.
Jesus Christ, lady.
Lady, you're scaring us.
Hey, are my parents okay? No, he's gonna boil your fucking parents alive. And he's gonna use their intestines as noodles. And he's gonna drink their filthy blood like wine and floss his stinky teeth with your parents' hair. But worst of all, what? He's gonna be particular about his cheese. So Johnny and Susie are scared. They don't think they can do it. They don't think they can save their parents. But Goat gives them a quick pep talk.
So then, do you believe we'll rescue your mom and dad?
That's it. We'll find hell and go to mommy and daddy's rescue.
And they're on their way to go save their parents. And since Goat is a raging alcoholic, the first place they go to is a bar to get more information on how to go to hell. Hey, it's Matthew. It's Matthew. He's not swagged out anymore. So that's what happened to him, huh? After those guys made it stinky, he's making it groovy. Okay, in the bar, this is when we meet 3 more main characters of the movie. We got this tall guy, his name is Tall. This big guy, his name is Broad. And this blind guy, and his name is Sharp-Eyed. And literally the only jokes that exist in this movie are tall guy is tall, and also big guy is big. And believe it or not, blind guy is blind. And just like a block of cheddar left out in the sun, gets old real quick. Oh, actually on second thought, maybe this sharp-eyed guy, maybe he tried to build a clock and